What is going on my wonderful people out there? It is your boy Dread Zero here to talk to you about the Street Fighter 6 box art. I have been seeing a lot of discourse on Twitter. Mostly people don't like it. I've even seen some people at Capcom on Twitter saying like, "Hey, this box art is just not it," or I have a better idea. Like they'll have like some concept art or something like that. And so what I'm gonna be doing today is we're gonna be like looking at those tweets that I saw just to kind of see like what the general public feels about the Street Fighter 6 box art, and then I'm going to give my own opinions. We're going to talk about it, we're going to dissect it. So let's get into the video. Okay, so I'm going to read this first tweet. I'm not going to put the profile and I'm not going to put the user there in this video just because I know how people get when they have different opinions. They can get a little crazy, so we're trying to keep everybody safe, alright? So this one reads, "I don't do this much, but I'm asking Capcom very politely to change this cover." All caps on change this cover. Street Fighter 6 is going to be a return to a high quality for this series. This cannot be the cover to that moment. Do anything else, please, Capcom. Anything. Yeah, so when I saw that, that was like the first tweet that I saw that like was like, people don't like it, and I actually had not seen the cover art at that time. And then when, because they also posted the picture of the cover art in that tweet, and I was like, okay, okay, I can see where you're coming from. I can see why you would think that. So let's be real. Most people did not like Street Fighter 5 for a long time. It didn't start to get good until the recent like last year or two. So a lot of people see Street Fighter 6 as that game. This is going to be the game that revives the series. This is going to be the game that makes it high quality again. And so to have Luke on the box, a lot of people aren't feeling it. I also saw some other tweets that I'm going to read. This tweet reads, "So many people dislike the Street Fighter 6 Luke box art, so I decided to make him a non one." There you go. And honestly, this one is not bad. I think since they're like, okay, we're putting new characters. Technically, Luke isn't new just because he was in Street Fighter 5, but he didn't come to the end of the game's life cycle. And so they're like, okay, so if we're gonna put a new character on there, why not put a new character on there that people are actually excited about, like Manon? I know a lot of people are excited about Marissa too. I'm excited. So this one is not bad. I can see why someone would like this. And then Matt McMuscle, someone who's been in the FGC making content for a very long time, said, "Wow, this is really the final official box art, huh? The Street Fighter 4 era had some rough ones, but I can easily say this is the worst box art in Street Fighter history. Just a big dumb meme image of of Poochie, the last popular new character in the entire lineup." So, okay, so they are not happy with this box art again, and we're gonna dive into why. So I think a lot of people do not like Luke. He is a terror in Street Fighter 5. He has ridiculous normals. He has good pressure, and his zoning is absolutely ridiculous. And he dropped, and it's a DLC. And people usually don't like, especially toward the end, when things get mixed up, and then all of a sudden this new character is here, just like smoking everybody. So a lot of people already don't like Luke. They don't like how generic Luke looks. He just looks like a normal guy, like a normal dude, and that does alienate some communities and populations. So I totally understand why they would not want Luke on there. Let's read this next one. So this next one is basically just like a concept, and I think this is the best one so far. It says Capcom needs to hire the author of this cover designer ASAP, and I kind of agree. It has basically Ryu, Luke, Jamie, Kimberly, Chun-Li, and Ken on there, and honestly, I think that is the general idea that Capcom should have went for. So here's what I think of the box art. I don't think the box art is bad. Okay, I think it could be a lot better though. I see why people think that Luke would not bring in new like people to the community, right? So here, I think it would be better for Capcom, just like this image that we just saw from that tweet, to include more characters on the box art cover. One, because it shows different archetypes that people would be interested in, and make them like, hey, I've seen this character on a trailer, or maybe they've never seen the character for the first time and they see it on the cover. They're like, dude, that's so sick. I'm gonna buy this right now. Instead of just seeing Luke, who new people wouldn't even know where he's from. He's like again just a generic guy, so it does alienate a lot of communities, and it's just not really that interesting. I think they did okay. I see where they're trying to go. They're trying to move into the new era of Street Fighter. Luke is supposed to be the new poster boy, supposed to be the new main character, supposed to be the new protagonist. So I see why they put him on the cover. But here's what I think. Outside of just adding more characters to the cover, if they wanted to show that transition from new to old era in Street Fighter, they could have easily put Ryu and Luke on there in some kind of contrast to show the shift between the new era and the old one. And so I think that would have even been better. For people to at Capcom on Twitter, they really do not like this box art. And so I think this game, Street Fighter 6, has definitely been a passion project for Capcom. I think this is the first fighting game that I've seen in a long time, and I've been here since Adjust 2, which is not like a huge deal of time, but I think it's been about 6, 7 years now where I have seen it felt like a game, not just like, hey, this is a fighting game. This is a game. We got good single player content. We got good player versus player content. We got good training mode. We got so many good things. Character creation is insane. I know you've seen some of those crazy character creations in the beta, and so I think this is the first one that just really feels like a really whole game. And so to put Luke on there, I feel like kind of like underwhelms it. Like, I think there's so many different ways that they could have done this, and so I really hope Capcom does listen to the community. I hope that they do change it just for the sake of us. Like, if we don't like it, I'm not saying change everything that we don't like. That's not what I'm saying, because I know people can get kind of ridiculous. But this one, I think they just need to hear us out a little bit, right? And so just to have, like I said before, it's not bad, but they definitely can do better. I think it's good to have a lot of the new characters on there too, along with Luke. That would even be a great idea. Like, have Manat, Marissa, JP all on there with Luke. Just be like, hey, this is the new era Street Fighter. Like, you don't even have to include Chun Li. You don't have to include Ken or Guile. Like, if you want to have that new era, include more than just Luke. You can have all the new characters on there, and that will still appeal to some different audiences. I just kind of wanted to give my opinions and show what I have been seeing. If you enjoy the videos and you stayed this long, I think fighting games are dope, and I think you probably do too. Please remember to give this video a like and think about subscribing to the channel and share it, because I do think that that really does help the channel. I really want this community to grow, and I love fighting games. So with that being said, that's pretty much it. Your boy be out. Peace.